Valentine, Brutus, Beefcake, Randy Savage, and Elizabeth. And now, here's your host, the irascible Mean Gene Okerlund.
Lord Alfred, what a couple of great days I've had on the road. As a matter of fact, since you and I last spoke, I spent some time in the great country of Japan. We have a camera available here. I think you're going to like this. How does this grab you? Huh? Anybody you recognize there?
Yeah, it looks like my mother.
Your mother. I'm glad I threw that in.
Sideways, of course.
Yes. All right, let's bring them in. Our first guests on this week's edition of TNT. Would you please welcome former tag team champions of the world, Brutus Beefcake, his partner, Greg the Hammer Valentine, and their manager, Luscious Johnny Valiant. Grab a seat here, any place, guys. All right, Luscious Johnny, good to see you, and of course, the Dream Team. Appears to me that the Hammer might have been doing a little too much dreaming as of late. That's kind of a kinky bathrobe, if you will.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Hey, wait a minute, guys, are we interrupting anything down at that end?
Not really, no.
Okay, Lord Alfred, please.
Level of conversation wasn't that high.
I'll tell you what, when you talk about some fellas, they pride themselves in how they look when they come into the squared circle. Greg Valentine would be no exception, along with Brutus Beefcake. They certainly, money is no object.
Well, wait a minute, that's not
They're
something
attire,
somebody on the street would be wearing. You wouldn't see that at 42nd and Broadway. Well, wait a minute.
Well, of course you would.
Maybe I spoke too soon. And,
You'd only see it on me because I'm a champion. I have class. I'm one half of the Dream Team.
Yeah,
And clowns, world champions.
Liars always
All right.
figure, and figures never lie, baby.
let's take a look at the Dream Team and you, Luscious Johnny, in a big six-man tag. Let's go up to the action.
There's the Hammer now, exploding. There's the tag. Brunei steps in.
I thought he would.
Front face lock immediately on Davy Boy.
Brutus Beefcake has vowed revenge on the Englishman. He wants to hurt them in the worst way.
Luscious John yet to see any action in this six-man. All five other members have been in there. I told you he'd be hiding out there.
did
Alfred.
indeed. You really predicted that one.
You know, he's a tremendous wrestler in his own right. But I think he wants to stick to just straight managing.
Yes.
Once in a while, oh, look at this. Just as I said that, he makes a tag. No, he stepped away.
A little distraction, which he's very good at. And
Come
meanwhile,
on, take up for now. Here comes Danny. He can't take it anymore. And as the referee puts him out, there's more going on in the corner as the Hammer and Valentine both go to work on Davy Boy.
it looks to me as if they've planned this particular move to try and get Davy Boy Smith in that corner by himself. They really want to put it on him. And I'm afraid that's exactly what is happening.
Davy Boy in trouble here in the Boston Garden. Oh, beautiful elbow by Brutus Beefcake over for the cover. 1-2, Davy kicks out.
Brutus doesn't want to pin him. He wants to hurt him. But he wants to show Davy Boy that they can pin him anytime they choose.
Tag made again, and the Hammer's back in there now.
Oh, just look at him. Going to work on Davy Boy Smith. Davy needs to tag out now if he can make it, because he's not going to get any chance against these. Wow, look at that. That is a dubious move, that with the head to the stomach. And now to the back of the thigh, and that really hurts there.
Really going to work on that quadricep area of the right leg of Davy Boy Smith is Greg the Hammer Valentine putting it on him.
A little more distraction by Johnny Valiant.
Well, that's about all he's good for in this match so far, Alfred.
That's all he's done so far.
Hasn't been legally tagged into this match yet. Davy Boy finds a way out, but still a long way from his own corner.
Oh, my. give me a break. When, pray tell, Johnny Valiant, are your men, the former tag team champions, going to be getting a shot at the brand new World Wrestling Federation tag team champions, the British Bulldogs?
Well, just like the monkey said when he tailed back into a lawnmower, it's not going to be long now.
Already, monkey backed into the lawnmower, and they said they're off. Go ahead.
That's funny.
Excuse me, but why don't they show the end of that match? Why don't they show where I put the figure 4 leg lock on that Davy Boy Smith there?
Well,
why don't they show the end of it?
That's not up to me. That's up to our producer.
Yeah. Where's the end of the match?
Brutus Beefcake.
Where is your producer? Locked up somewhere?
What's new in your exciting life?
Well, there's a lot of things happening.
I don't want to throw a curve at you, Brutus, but let's start from the beginning.
Well, let's start from the beginning. You know, April 7th was a bad day for us.
I would have to say that's an
But things
understatement.
have been getting better ever since. Just look at this robe. It's a beautiful robe, Greg.
Personally, I think you've been hanging around with Adrian Adonis too much, Greg.
Well, I consider the source that it's coming from, me and Gene. You hang around with him. I've heard of you hanging around with
Who told
Adrian
you that?
Adonis. I've been wearing these robes before
Fewer
Adrian
times.
Adonis even got into professional wrestling. I love beautiful robes. I like beautiful jewelry. I like beautiful women. You know what I mean? And I also like those world championship belts.
Beautiful women.
They're coming back. Don't worry.
Anything
Greg.
in particular that I should know about?
Oh, not this week.
I'd love to have your black book, pal. All right, I thank you very much. Brutus Beefcake, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Johnny Valiant, I want you to stand by because we have got some exciting things. It's going to be kind of a This Is Your Life, Johnny Valiant. I've got a treat for you. It's right around the corner. All right, Tony D sounding better than ever. Our regular TNT. Let's hear it for him, huh? Johnny Valiant, as promised, I want to take you back a few years ago to your childhood of sorts, and back to the old Fishburne Military Academy. I imagine you recall that institution vividly.
Well, it wasn't an institution when I went there. It was a high school that I took my junior year in. What, you referring to I was in an institution? Or?
No, what I'm saying is an
Really insane,
educational
no doubt, right?
institution.
Right, it was a
I
school.
want to take you back because we have this week a special, long-time, old friend of yours. It's a surprise of sorts. I'd like to welcome the two of you to TNT. Please welcome from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Mr. Dave Gillespie. Dave Gillespie.
Well, how you been?
All right.
Real good, Johnny.
Dave, welcome aboard. How long has it been since the two of you have seen each other?
Oh, about 15 years.
15 years.
boy,
Anything
time flies.
changed as far as you're concerned, Dave?
Now you got a little heavier.
Well, that's
Heavier?
not exactly a compliment, John.
I mean,
Well,
heavier.
going a little way.
Heavier in a pocketbook. Ah, that's what you're talking about, right, Dave? Heavier in a kick, right?
You know, Dave,
You always had a good sense of humor.
I'm
Dave.
very curious. Johnny Valiant, the student at the Fishburne Military Academy. Academically, how was this guy in school? Huh?
Maybe about second or third from the bottom, usually.
Second or third?
John, let me take care of this guy. I
Not
thought he was
just,
your
not
friend.
just yet, but please tell the truth. How I was on the dean's list there, and how I was academic achievement was nothing for me. What are you, a comedian on the
Doesn't sound-
boardwalk, Atlantic City, or something?
Well, wait a minute. Now, I understood you were old friends. Let's talk about his athletic prowess. Certainly,
Oh, gosh.
Johnny Valiant
Hey,
was wearing a strap since he was about 3 years old.
Hey, let me tell you something. I never forget. I was a captain of the football team, and you know something? When I graduated down there, you know, Notre Dame was after me, and University of Syracuse, and Pitt. The list goes on and on. I'll never forget it. Right, Dave?
Wait a minute. Here's a little shot. If we can just take a look at this.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Johnny Valiant, I don't recognize. What's your number there?
Oh, I'm not on that shot there. I don't
Oh,
know
you're
where
not-
they got that
oh,
from.
you're
No,
not
I have
on
my
that.
own
Okay,
shot,
very
Gene.
good.
Don't you understand? I was the captain of that football team.
Okay, here's a shot of the wrestling team. Dave, if you would be kind enough, point out for me here?
Well, those were the first stringers. He was on the second string. That's
What do you mean second? The day that picture was taken, I had things to do downtown down there. You know, I was going for my driver's license, and I had to go down there and make sure that the mayor of town, I met him and everything.
No,
hey, don't worry about that. Go on to the basketball team.
What about basketball, Dave?
Oh, that was the best.
Huh?
40.
He never played. Never
played.
Oh, wait a minute now, John. There seems to be a lot of discrepancies here. You say you're a basketball
I had
player.
a 40-point average.
40-point average in high school basketball?
I had 40-point average down there. I was on the wrestling team. I was on the baseball team. I was on the football team, the wrestling team.
Wait a minute. Dave, you take exception to that, apparently.
He was never on the wrestling team.
What do you mean I was never on the wrestling team? Don't you remember?
He used to hang around with us.
Hang around with you? What do you mean hang around? Why would I want to hang around with you
Some kind of a groupie, pal? I don't understand.
What do you do? I think I gave you rides or something? What do you mean I used to hang around with you?
Oh,
You're crazy.
we would let him
This
hang
guy,
around
my
with us.
psycho case, Steiner.
Johnny Valiant, Dave Gillespie, I apologize, but I thank you very much. Is it Gladstone or Gillespie?
No, Gillespie.
Whatever. Stay tuned. TNT
Where
returns
do they
with
find these
Blackjack
people
Lanza
at?
after this. Don't go away. Lord Alford, do I dare ask how your golf game is treating you?
Just awful. Absolutely awful.
You're kidding. You know, back in the old days when we used to get out on the links, you were carrying a pretty good handicap.
Yes, I was. Myself.
That's not the case at all. Actually, a very good golfer. Another gentleman who's a very good golfer, and of course one of the all-time greats in professional wrestling, is our next guest, and he's not a stranger to either yourself or myself. He hails from, I believe it's El Paso, Texas. I may be wrong on that, but let's bring him in. The big man, Blackjack Lanza. Oh, Jack, you corrected me. Laredo, Texas. Right. Laredo, Texas.
You remember the time we were golfing with Sir Alfred?
Yes.
Down in Dallas,
at that time,
Texas?
he was just Sir Alfred. Not.
He was addressing the ball on the first tee. Took two swings. He took one swing. He took turf flying all over. He took another swing, and those two ants jumped up in the ball. And so we better get up here, save our lives.
Not too good.
Maybe it wasn't
Forget that
Alfred.
one.
Maybe it was somebody else.
Never say that again.
You have hung up the boots and the tights, so to speak, Jack, and you're now kind of behind the scenes here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, I certainly have. I accomplished everything I wanted to do, I guess, in professional wrestling.
You ever get the itch to get back up into the ring?
I really don't. I see the aches and pains the other wrestlers have, and enjoying what I'm doing now.
Maybe we can share just a bit of your background in the ring. Let's take you back to, I believe this is about 1973 in a singles match with Ling Wong, I believe his name, Lee Wong. Let's take a look right here.
Lanza trying to keep his back to the referee so the referee doesn't see the chokehold. Oh! And again. Lanza grabbed our microphone here a few moments ago and wrapped it around the neck of Lee Wong. Wong going out of the ring. Blackjack Lanza threw Lee Wong right up between the ropes. Wong now trying to get back up on his feet. He is, and he's going to step right back into that ring. He's a game fellow, that's for sure. He comes in the ring the hard way. Tremendous knee drop right into the esophagus of Lee Wong. Wong goes in the ropes. He's coming off now. And Lanza's there with a close. That's his specialty, that close. He applies to the temples of his opponents. Wong is down. He has not conceded as of yet. This is normally a submission hold. Lanza just keeps applying the pressure. Wong appears to be motionless. Referee says that's a signal. Forget it. It's over.
All right. That's all she wrote. And Blackjack, correct me if I'm wrong, that hold is called the Texas Brainbuster, is it not?
No, you're wrong.
I'm wrong.
It's called the Black Claw.
The Black Claw.
The Black Claw. Right.
Very similar, though.
Looking at that piece of tape, did you notice who helped me win that match? That young kid down there doing the announcing?
Yes. Yeah, that was
Vince
great.
McMahon.
Vince McMahon.
Right.
Why would you grab a microphone cord?
Because the hammer wasn't available.
Well, let's go back. Here is a former foe of yours. I don't know what the case is today, but let's go back up to Winnipeg, Manitoba, about 5 years ago when you met Bobby Heenan. Take a look at this.
Argument. Stick with us, gentlemen. There seems to be a little argument between Lanza. Look at this. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Lanza has turned on his manager of over 10 years. Oh, my word. Heenan. And listen to this crowd. All of a sudden, Lanza has become a crowd favorite, and I don't mind telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm as shocked as anybody as I sit here ringside.
Well, quite a falling out, and what a brutal maneuver on your part.
Very interesting piece of footage. Bobby Heenan and I were together like 15 years prior to that match that I had. And that was the beginning of the end of the relationship. It hasn't really settled down or stopped the last couple of years, but subsequent footage, I guess you don't have time to show it today, but some real interesting footage about the Weasel and myself.
Obviously, there's no love lost even today between Mr. Heenan and yourself.
Certainly right. Matter of fact, interesting story. I remember when he was a kid, his dad took him to the zoo. And of course, they thanked him for returning him.
I like that. Lord Alfred, you remember the old glory days, Blackjack Lanza and Blackjack Mulligan here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Yes, I do, but looking at that piece of footage just then, I would say that Heenan was very, very badly hurt. In fact, I remember about 4 years ago seeing him, and was that a result of that particular fall that he took there? Because
wearing
he was
a cervical brace
yes,
for...
And he had... he couldn't stand upright, apparently.
It was my pleasure, believe me.
Well,
Blackjack, you certainly played rough and tough, and at times I've got to believe you played by your rules.
Well, I always did. I played by my own rules. There's no substitute for winning in any sport. In professional sports, such as professional wrestling, it's probably the last frontier where the creativity of the individual you can practically do whatever you want within somewhat of the framework of the rules, which have been relaxed over the years. But it's a situation where if you don't win, you don't make the big money. So you do whatever you can to win.
All right, Blackjack Lanza, I want you to stay with us, if you will. Joining us shortly will be King Tonga. Don't go away as TNT continues. While we were away, Alfred, Blackjack Lanza, and myself were reminiscing about the good old days. You know, I've been in this great industry, covering this great sport for 15 years. Matter of fact, this June.
slightly longer than me.
Just slightly, just slightly longer. But Blackjack, back in the old days, I think they referred to Alfred as probably one of the best stick men in the business. Is that correct? We're talking about golf here now. Please don't misunderstand.
Yeah, oh, not Winnipeg?
Winnipeg.
Oh.
The pool parties. How about is this the signal? Here we go. No, but you had some great times on the road with Lord Alfred, as I did.
One of my favorite Sir Alfred Hayes stories is when he first came over from England about, what, 10, 12 years ago?
15 years ago.
Okay. Now, all the way over from England, he's on a boat. And he doesn't want to be conspicuous when he gets off the boat in New York. So he's thinking of what kind of disguise he can put on where they won't know him. He was internationally known lord. I mean, he wants to get off the boat and no one will recognize him. He'll fit right in with the landscaping and the people, the way they dress. So the boat docks and Sir Alfred exited off the ramp with all the cattle. He got off. And what was Sir Alfred wearing? A Texas hat like this, and a vest and cowboy boots, and of course he was the only one in New York that was dressed that way. He wanted to be inconspicuous, correct?
Oh, absolutely not. I came over on the Concorde.
15 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it was before my time.
No better than that. Boy, British Overseas Airlines gonna love that one. Right now, I want you to welcome to TNT a special guest of ours. He hails from the South Pacific and the Isle of Samoa. Please welcome King Tonga. If I may stand corrected, is it Samoa or is it actually the Isle of Tonga?
The island of Tonga, you got it wrong.
What is the difference between Samoa and Tonga?
The difference is two different islands.
Okay, but geographically, they're very close in proximity, are they
We
not?
speak the different languages, too.
Oh, totally different
Yeah,
languages. King Tonga, you recently, in front of a national television audience, absolutely stunned the wrestling world and Blackjack Lanza and Lord Alfred Hayes as being professional wrestlers. I think you can really appreciate this tremendous feat of strength. You saw it. Matter of fact, the world saw it, but just to refresh some memories, it was King Tonga into the ring, and who happened to be there but Big John Studd. Let's take a look.
Missing. Powers with a drop kick. Knocks the big man back a bit. Scoops him up. Had a little more momentum going for him, but a knee lift now, and Jim Powers down on the canvas.
Yeah, but at least he got the right idea. He tried drop kick, get him off balance. Whoa, now he gets shot right out of that center rope.
Rick Hunter firing off a series of forearms to the chest area. Just like that, the retaliation by Big John Studd. Ooh, Hunter. Ooh, wow. A cover by Big John Studd. And a 3 count. When Studd hammers you down, there aren't going to be too many men who get back up. Oh, Studd's going to have him up in the air again. First, the body slam, a favorite maneuver of Big John Studd. Whoa, wait a minute. King Tonga ducks, a chop, Tonga again. Goes up. Oh, slam. Big John Studd. What a slam by King Tonga.
Well, here he is, the man that did what no other could do before him. King Tonga, you were the man that finally body slammed Big John Studd, and I'm very curious, what precipitated your going up into the ring after, I believe it was Jimmy Powers and Ricky Hunter had been done in, so to speak, by Big John Studd?
You know, I've been sitting back and watched this giant, he called himself, you know, slamming and, you know, pushing around all these guys, you know, and I asked for the chance to slam him, and he didn't want it. Also, the Bobby Heenan, he's always smart anyway. He told me, no, he won't give me the chance.
What about the $15,000? Now, I think it's public knowledge. Everybody knows that Big John Studd says to the man that can body slam him, he'll give the 15 grand. Have you received your $15,000?
No, not at all.
You have not received it?
No, I asked
Any
for it.
promise of your getting this money?
Well, he told the people out there, the fans out there, and the fans of national TV that anybody can slam his giant. He will receive $15,000.
Are you intimating even for a moment, inferring that Bobby Heenan and Big John Studd might have welched, I beg your pardon, welched on the deal?
Well,
you have not got the money.
No.
No promise of getting the money.
No promise.
What do you intend to do to get your $15,000?
Oh, I guess I have to slam him again.
Hold the phone. King Tonga, I thank you. Blackjack, Lord Alfred, stand by, because upcoming, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and Elizabeth All right, Lord Alfred Hayes, things really heating up here in the World Wrestling Federation, as you know. King Tonga slamming Big John Studd, yet not receiving his just reward of $15,000.
You didn't think he would, did you?
Well,
you don't think Heenan's going to pay that money?
If I recall, back in the days of WrestleMania 1, I believe Andre the Giant, legitimately in Madison Square Garden, did crotch, bring him up, and slam Big John Studd. He did not see one red nickel.
He didn't really do that. We looked at the films, we looked at the tapes, and Heenan had a very valid point. Studd didn't actually come the full circle into a correct slam position. He had him sideways and brought him over from the side.
Well,
Heenan was right there, but in this case, I don't think he was.
Well, that is history. Andre the Giant, of course, has been suspended from the World Wrestling Federation. But a man that certainly has not been suspended. On the contrary, he is on a gigantic roll. Please welcome back to TNT, after a couple of weeks' absence, the Intercontinental Champion of the World, along with Elizabeth, Macho Man Randy Savage.
How you doing, big man?
Very well, thank you.
Oh, thanks. Randy, if you'd like, you can...
confetti for Lord Alfred Hayes. Just to start, just to start.
Thank
Just
you,
gonna sit
champion.
in this chair.
Please
right
do.
here. Oh,
Please
yeah,
do.
No problem at all. How'd you like that?
Welcome you.
Bunch of comedians, yeah.
Elizabeth, how is your tennis game going?
Don't start that again right now. Last time I was on here for about 1 minute and 54 and a half seconds, and I didn't get to talk at all.
She played a long game last week.
I'll tell you what, Macho Man Randy Savage, I want to take an opportunity to show some action of you here on the World Wrestling Federation. And of course you have Elizabeth with you. You've got to give her credit. Apparently she is part of your success formula. Right now,
A very small part.
let's go up to the ring and join action in progress with the Intercontinental Champion.
All right, do it.
Led towards the ring by Elizabeth from Sarasota, Florida, weighing 239 pounds, the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Randy Macho Man Savage.
The Macho Man, Randy Savage, the reigning Intercontinental Champion. There with his manager, the lovely Elizabeth. And a good look at the Macho Man. He is all glitter, isn't he, Bruno?
He sure is. Look at that robe. I believe it's a new one. We haven't seen that one before, I don't think. Really all glitter, and of course, thrilled to death. He feels that he's got that title and he plans on hanging on to it. But there's got an awful lot of people in line trying to relieve him of it.
And look at, I think Elizabeth gets more beautiful every week.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. She looks like a movie star.
There's a look at Macho Man Elizabeth a moment ago. And now a kiss at the belt. Macho Man. Little disenchanted, by the way, but with the spoils that the Intercontinental Championship has brought to him. I think he felt that it was going to be a honest of Savage. He might, I don't know. I think the Macho Man, in a recent interview, stated that he felt that the Intercontinental Championship was going to bring him more of an opportunity to wrestle Hulk Hogan. But now, right now, the Macho Man must take on Jerry Monte.
Well, you know, that was a beautiful arm drag, by the way, just true, but that's correct. As Intercontinental Champion, if he keeps defending that title, I would imagine that they will give him opportunities for some shots at the world title.
If he continues to hang on to it. Monte takes him over. Look at that.
Well, but look at Monte now. He gives a man a terrific hip toss, and then look at this. He hasn't done anything since. When you get a man like Savage down, you gotta stay on him. You gotta go after him and give your biggest bombs. You can't just look at this.
Drag takedown. Nicely done. Uh-oh, Monte. Down to the canvas, and the Macho Man taking over at the moment. Earlier on, we had an opportunity to chat with Tito Santana. He had some comments about the Macho Man Randy Savage. Here's what Tito had to say.
You know, I'm looking at the man, that's you, Savage, the man that considers himself #1. And people across the country who have seen this man wrestle have seen nothing but a coward, a champion that runs whenever he gets the opportunity. Savage, you're not that bad, my man.
Yes, he may not be that bad, as the capacity crowd was chanting Tito moments ago, but there, oh my. When the he's not going to pin him. When the Macho Man lands the elbow, it's lights out for anyone.
Nobody does it better.
Nobody does it better.
Nobody does it better.
Intercontinental champion of the world, the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Randy, if you and Liz would be...
Wasn't it great?
Oh, it's great, Macho.
Fantastic. Go ahead.
If you'd be kind enough, I would like to get on the horn right now. A fan of yours, I believe, by the name of Florence Heiser. I'm going to try and make this telephone call.
What are you doing, making a phone call?
Yes, I am. Going to try to. Let's
Put it
see.
on my bill. No way, man. I'm going to be watching everything around here from now on. What was that?
All right. I'm getting a ring here. Hello.
Say hello.
Hello. Apparently, Florence is maybe out in the backyard. Florence, this is Gene Okerlund on the air here on TNT. Can we talk to you on the air?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's bring her up. Florence, I have with me right now the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Do you have any questions of the Intercontinental Champion of the world?
No, I don't know much about it.
You what? Well, now, I heard that you were an ace wrestling fan. What are you doing, stroking me here?
Well, what's the Hulk? I know
What does
the
that
Hulk.
mean?
That's my favorite.
Who?
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan is your favorite? Just one moment, please, Florence. Hold on, Randy.
Sure damn what's on your mind, Florence. Now you gotta be thinking one thing and fantasizing about another. Ain't that right? Yeah. Right there in living color, come out of the closet and claim macho madness. No problem at all, Florence. Yes, I got x-ray vision. Dig it. She's speechless. Ain't that something? Yeah.
Florence, sweetheart. Apparently you're at a loss for words, are you not?
I think somebody put you up to this, right?
Yeah, it's like a midget with the... No, I don't want to tell you that. When somebody put them up to it, I don't know. What?
Michelle and John are up there, right? They put you up to it.
Are Michelle and Jonna here? Apparently they are, and they put me up to it, Florence.
Oh, they did.
Now that I see it, I like it. Huh? Sweetheart, I want you to have a good week, will you? And have a good summer.
Sure, you too.
Very good.
Have a good time.
Well, Florence is exciting. Huh? She is exciting. Elizabeth.
I made her day. Yeah, I made her day. I made her year. I made her lifetime.
I want you to stand by because we have been talking for quite some time. You are called the Macho Man.
Yes.
And we have brought in a psychologist, the head of the outpatient treatment at the Numlinger Institute. Standing by, be joining us shortly, Dr. Alfred R. Kissenbaum. Don't go away, more TNT coming up.
Ooh, wow,
Macho
what
Man.
the hand? Like
You
that.
like that,
Stop
huh?
the music, stop the music. Continue on. Yeah.
Macho Man, we received, millions and millions, actually, pieces of correspondence or telephone calls through the years asking about you and asking what indeed makes the Macho Man so macho.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell him.
In fact, many want to know what indeed makes the Macho Man tick. Now, it could be this lovely young lady here, or it could be something else. No. To address that, we have brought in the head of outpatient treatment at the Numlinger Institute. A tricky name there. Please welcome to TNT, psychologist Dr. Alfred R. Kissenbaum.
Last time I talked to him, I was hot, but that's okay.
Doctor?
I don't carry a grudge. Go ahead.
Doctor, maybe you'd like to sit down by Elizabeth.
Wait, no. Further down.
Further down?
Nobody sits next to Elizabeth. No, not even.
Please,
next
please,
to me,
let's.
no.
Alfred.
Get on down and sit down. Come on.
Okay, Randy, please. Randy, please. Dr. Kissenbaum, we understand that you have been doing studies on Macho Man and Macho Man Randy Savage and the phenomenon as it is, or as it was, for years. Is that correct?
Yes, I first started when I was in college. I did my thesis on John Wayne's effect on American culture. I did a lot of work on Burt Reynolds and an extensive amount of work on Clint Eastwood. In fact, I did my PhD on Eastwood.
You put this man in the same category with those great heroes?
Well,
I'm
they
above
all...
him. Yeah, all those. I'm above them.
Tell us very quickly about your work with the Macho Man.
Hold it. Okay, well, it was such... See, in the past, mainly what I would do is historical research and public polling and watching a lot of movies. But with Macho Man, here was my first chance to use a live subject who claimed to be macho. Notice I said claimed to be macho. But he was a fine subject, and he let me...
man, careful.
He let me subject him to some pretty extensive psychological tests. And I really, right now, I want to thank him personally, and thank you, Randy, for letting me tape these sessions.
Okay, now we have, Doctor, and Randy and Elizabeth, those tapes. We want to share them with you right now. This is the analysis or the extensive questioning, as you say, Doctor, that you previously had done with Macho Man Randy Savage.
Just to relax and make yourself comfortable. As you know, our goal was to try to determine what makes Randy Macho Man Savage macho, not to mention the savage. In order to do this, we must delve into your psyche, Randy. Probe your subconscious. There are a number of ways we can do this, but the way I like is free word association. Have you ever heard of free word association?
No, never have. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, what is it, type of a game?
Well, in layman's terms, you might call it verbal ping pong. I'll throw a word at you, and you respond to me.
Right.
I'll throw you another word, and then you respond. Is that clear?
I'm very competitive person, but I want to tell you something right now. I play to win, and this is non-title. Yeah.
Well, is it clear?
It's crystal clear. Yes.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
lay back and relax.
I'm relaxed, yeah. Always
Take a
relaxed,
deep breath.
Yeah. Deep breath, yeah, one time. Here goes.
And get ready for the words.
Okay, yeah. Throw them at me and I'll throw them right back, yeah.
Okay, here comes
I
the
want to
first
help,
word.
yeah, mankind.
Don't let it bounce around your brain too long before you pop it out, okay?
Don't worry about that, man. I'm on that quick type of a thing, yeah.
First word is macho.
Macho, Randy Savage. Yeah, I am the true meaning of macho, and that cannot be denied.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting. Yes, I am at different times and everything.
That wasn't a word. That was my response to your response.
Your response, aren't
Yes,
that quick?
I thought you
I'm
were
quick. Yeah, but don't think too much, man. Otherwise, you're going to be on the couch and I'm going to be over there.
I didn't mean for you to respond to that. I'm very sorry.
All right.
Okay?
Apology accepted.
Here's the second word.
All right.
Pump.
Pump. Pumping iron. Yeah, Hulk Hogan doesn't have the only key to the gym, you know. I'm there every morning, yeah.
Gun.
What was it?
Gun.
Gun. Fastest gun in the West, East, South, and North. Yeah, all over the world. That's the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
All right. Muscle.
Muscle. Yeah, muscle, yeah. Muscle. Don't help me, no problem. See, that's so easy, it's no problem. Yeah, I'm just bulging with muscles.
Next word, belt.
Belt. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do to Hulk Hogan when I see him, just to make him mad. No problem.
Sweat.
Sweat, blood, sweat, and tears all rolled into one, and that's why I got this. The belt! Kitten, that's what women are when I look at them, like little baby kittens. I play with them, yeah, and then cast them aside, break their hearts, but don't worry about me.
Female,
yeah, the race of people that admire and lust after the Macho Man Randy Savage. Ask Elizabeth.
Stud.
You're looking at him right now in vivid living color. Boy, am I helping out human nature. This is great. Yeah, I'm doing it again. Yeah.
Sucker,
Hulk Hogan. That was a good one. Yeah, I beat you on that one, man. He's the biggest one of all.
Okay, Randy. Now, this is the very last word.
Very good. Okay, very good.
Ready?
Yeah. Yes, I'm ready. Do the
Animal.
thing. What do you mean, animal?
Animal.
What do you mean animal? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about George Steele right there. That's what you're talking about right there. And I come in here and be real nice to you, but what are you talking about, man? That was a real bad word. Try to embarrass me. He tries to embarrass me. And I'll tell you something right now. A man in my position cannot afford to look ridiculous at any time. And I'm the Macho Man Randy Savage. And when that comes from me, that says something. See that right there in Okerlund right
Well,
there?
I'm sure there are some conclusions that can be drawn from this. And, Doctor, perhaps you can address that session you had with the Macho Man.
Well, briefly from my report.
Well, not briefly.
Shut up!
The subject, normally we talk about sexual repression in a state like this, but with Randy, there's no problem with sexual repression. I mean, he oozes sex. Normally we talk about an Oedipus complex, but one thing I found in this session, there is no way that we can say that because there's no way that we can say he loves his mother. There's no way. But finally, the bottom line is very, very simple. And that is, in his case, it's totally a matter of insecurity.
Insecurity?
Insecurity. This large, boisterous man.
Randy, sit down. Let him
Don't tell me
This is
nothing.
why he tears up pieces of paper and throws them out. This is why he has a woman for a manager, to cover up his insecurity. His boisterousness is just a matter of insecurity. This is why he got into wrestling to begin
Man,
with.
you got no credibility at all, man. You ought to do some other guys like Hulk Hogan, some of these other wrestlers,
I apologize.
and cyclize him.
I apologize.
Because you're not
Ladies
nothing,
and gentlemen,
man. I'm telling
stand
you
by.
right
We're
now.
going to be right back. Right now,
Come
let's
on
bring you up to date as the World Wrestling Federation tours the
Don't ever
country.
tell me that again. I'll clean you up, slap you in right then, that guy right
Give me
there.
a break.
Get out of here.
Please, give me a
Get out of
break.
here right now.
Lord Alfred, it has been a lot of fun. Next week, it's going to be the British Bulldogs, Captain Lou Albano, Corporal Kirshner, and another edition of the Dating Game Plus. We're going to have an opportunity to see a little sightseeing from
Hey,
Japan.
let me tell you something right now.
What is this?
Don't you ever tell me what to do or embarrass me again. You understand that? Don't you ever do that again. Don't ever do that to me again.
See you back here again
I'll
next
bust
week
you.
on TNT.